Hey everyone, I am checking out the feed on my cell phone to read any comments because it's easier than me looking ahead. So bear with me a second as I continue my cell phone search. And we're waiting for people to hop on. It's saying I'm live. And I am subscribed. So let's see if I get the notifications. Okay, here I am. Now all I have to do is turn the volume down. Maybe. Hello, I see two people are. Hello. Hey, Tania, how are you? Tanya, how are you? I am trying to upload from my cell phone from my other account to see any questions because I got some really hot news that I want only for this carnivore channel. I invited a bunch of people. Let's see if my kids show up because sometimes it's like pulling teeth. You don't get the kids to call you on the phone, so you got to ask them to join you on YouTube. It is what it is, right? Those of you that have kids, yeah, adult kids. I'm talking about adults, not teenagers. Okay. I don't know why I cannot do this. Carnivore Jerry. Okay, I think I'm there. I'm here. Excellent. Good afternoon. Yeah, Tanya, ain't that the truth? Hey, Maria, hello. I got some hot news. So entertain yourselves now on the chat. I'm not going to look at the chat until later. Periodically, I'll be checking in with you guys, but I have some notes here to keep me on track. For those of you that know me, you know I have a tendency to drift off. So you got to rein me in. And I'm sure Jack will be in the background doing this and hurry up like he's probably ready to do right now. Okay, news about food this week. Have you guys ever heard of what's called the mochi gummies? MOCHI? It's something like rice and like a tapioca and maybe a gelatin. Well, they're making those into chocolate covered gummies. So, not that we don't have enough sugar and corn syrup in our lives. Now we're going to have chocolate covered mochis. Sounds disgusting. I've not tried them, but I guess it's a thing in Japan. And typically, if you go to, say, the candy section of some stores, you'll see candies from all over the world. So I've seen them, and I've seen them written in Japanese or in Chinese that I can't pronounce, let alone try to read. But I heard about this and I thought, let me tell people about this on my carnivore channel. I know a lot of people aren't carnivores, and I have a lot of keto fans and family on here. Hey, everyone. But just a FYI about those disgusting sugar-laden things that they say have no fat. Go figure. I don't know. Second thing, they are coming up with a new strawberry mocha coffee. Don't be jumping on the bandwagon, Keto Chow. I know that a lot of you have tried the MCT oil that's made with strawberry. I know I am one that has bought that MCT, and I put it into my yogurt when I used to have that. And it was fine mixing the strawberry MCT oil with that. It was just fine. Lindsay Murphy got me hooked on that. So I used to buy it from Perfect Keto. Now I don't do that anymore. I do, however, buy the Perfect Keto other products. Like if I have family, if I have the grandkids coming over, I'd rather them have that instead of candy bars or sugar or what have you. But chocolate mocha coffee, no, nobody needs that beverage. As far as I'm concerned, that sounds disgusting. That's like a chocolate covered coffee drink. I don't know. But I couldn't even envision putting the strawberry MCT oil powder into my coffee. That would be just vile. No. Next subject before I regurgitate. Doritos has got a new flavor. Hooray! Sriracha, golden sriracha. They're coming up with that. Not that we need any more carbohydrates, but no. Sriracha sauce on my eggs and occasional little spice here and there. That's one thing, but me and Doritos broke up a long time ago. I was talking to a channel person, new channel that I've subscribed to, Christy Goes Keto or Christy's Keto Journey or something to that effect. And slowly but surely, she's starting to gain an audience, but I'm trying to help her on her channel and suggest certain things as gingerly and as kind as I possibly can to try to rein her in to the proper human diet. So if any of you have subscribed to her and have seen her channel, yeah, let me know. Yeah, Maria, that used to be my addiction too. What I did replace with that after the Doritos, I took Wes's channel. If you guys have watched Wes's channel, he took some cheese and he dotted it with some pepperoni. Apparently it was a thing on the internet that went viral. I've been making those for years. When I was keto, I would take cheese and microwave it or put it in the oven, either or, generally speaking, microwaved, and sharp cheddar, the better. And that was my Doritos. Sometimes I'd sprinkle some Redmond's Real Salt, the taco seasoning, or I make my own taco seasoning and sprinkle it on there. It's delicious. Yum. Dipped in sour cream. I used to love that. Now that I've gone carnivore and I'm saying to the cheese, at least for this month. Yes, indeed, Tanya. That was my downfall too. But you guys have got to try taking cheese. This is how I'll make it. I'll take cheese in a silicone muffin container that goes into the microwave. You can do it in the oven, but I just will give you the microwave directions. Put a little bit of cheese in there. Let's say a tablespoon in each well. If you want to, you can dot it with maybe 3 of those little circles of pepperoni or chop up pepperoni real small. Put a couple little, because you don't want to add a lot. The sharper the cheese, the better. So you take those and put it in each well along with the pepperoni. Microwave it for, this is just my recipe, 3 minutes and 21 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Enter. It comes out. Put it on paper towel to soak up the excess grease. Let it crisp up. Oh, my Lanta, it's so stinking good. And it will take the place of Doritos. Just saying. So good. Okay, so the FDA, and this is before tomorrow's big news at 12 noon. We'll just leave it at that. The FDA has decided to put the nutritional information on the front of labels. Not that the simple turning around of a label. Here, I have something here. We're going to put it smack in front, but it's just too hard to turn the package around and read the nutritional labeling. Just saying. This came from Amazon today. This is one of my topics, but because Chris Cooking Nashville is coming up with some awesome recipes, and I do use the beef gelatin, grass-fed beef gelatin, made in the USA. And I have maybe 3 tablespoons left in here. So I needed new stuff to create the crisp recipes. Just got this today. This is a wonderful brand. Got it on Amazon. So that I will be creating stuff with from the Chris Cooking Nashville recipe collection. So it's really not that hard to turn the package around and look at the nutritional information. Wouldn't you agree? Oy vey. Next topic. Leinenkugels is a beer company that's up north in northwestern Wisconsin, Chippewa Falls specifically. This past Friday, that was 2 days ago, the Leinenkugel business family had shut down production here in Chippewa Falls. Now, it's still going to be in business. Molson Coors had purchased Leinenkugel. It's been many years now, but finally stopping production here in Chippewa Falls. Now, the Leinenkugel family wanted to purchase the building and keep it as a monument, if you will, to the 157-year tradition, 6 generations of Leinenkugels in this family, in this area. But Molson Coors says, nope, shut her down. It's our business, and we're going to make it back in Milwaukee. Oh, okay. Here's another beer family, Anheuser-Busch. They're coming up with a new energy drink. Nothing has been decided yet. This is just what I heard in the news this last week. Another wonderful thing of red dye number 3, no more. That is effective immediately. What are they going to replace red dye number 3 with? Probably beet juice, something like that. It's red. It makes sense. They're doing it in the other countries of the world. So Kellogg's, are you listening? Start buying your beets, sugar beets, a lot of carbs. I don't know how that's going to play, but it is what it is. It's going to be the new color right now. Yeah, hopefully, Maria. I hear you. Have you guys, this is not food related, but I wanted to talk about this because I'm so excited. Have you guys ever heard of an artist called Tom MacDonald? Tom MacDonald, he's a Canadian, first and foremost, that had moved to the United States. And he's a rapper, I guess similar to Eminem or Ice Baby, or I don't listen to rap music, but I listen to Tom MacDonald. He has got a new, Jack's doing this to me. Already he's doing this to me. He has got a new song out there with Roseanne Barr, and it's called Daddy's Home. Listen to that one. He did a song months ago, Tom MacDonald, and it's called You Missed. That was very good. I'm surprised that he's not on TV right now during the festivities. Him or Roseanne Barr. Just saying. Yes, Maria knows who he is. He's very, very good. He's got a good message. Him and his girlfriend, Nova, do songs that sound kind of country-ish. Mainly, he sticks to the rap side of it, but he's a very good artist. So if you haven't heard about him, there you go. There's your sign. Did you know that Buffalo Wild Wings, which I used to go to often, if Jack and I were in Eau Claire and he'd be saying, well, what should we go and eat? I'd want to go to Buffalo Wild Wings because their chicken wings were cooked in beef tallow. Well, I found out this weekend from Bobby Parrish that their tallow is a shelf stable deodorized tallow, meaning it's tested to be able to withstand several periods of cooking without changing the fat. Deodorization. The proper term of the deodorization is called BHW, and its primary beef tallow was sourced from a company called the Renaissance brand. Renaissance brand? And BHW is the deodorant. Not good. So bye-bye, B-dubs. Can't do it anymore. It's similar to the seed oil insofar as the deodorizer is concerned. That's disgusting. Exactly, Tanya. No, I'm done. No more. Actually, BHW has been banned in Australia, I think Europe, certain parts of Europe. I don't know all the parts of Europe. Canada, no longer. Basically, in Europe, the things that are allowed there or are allowed here are not allowed over there in Europe. In say Japan, for example, there's very, very stringent food guidelines there as opposed to what we allow here. But when I found that out, I thought, kind of sad, but that's reason for me to continue buying my beef tallow, which is the Chicago brand. I continue to buy that. I continue to make my husband's French fries. Yes, it's potatoes. Yes, it's carbs. It's a whole natural carb. I don't eat it, but I'd rather him eat it than have that crud in his system from the seed oils, if you know what I mean. Not cool. I wanted to end my live talking about Bob Uecker. I wanted to actually talk about it as it related to beer. Let's see what Tanya wrote here. If the hubby and I go out to dinner, we now go to Who Hot. There is a Who Hot up here in Eau Claire. I've never gone there to eat, but I know of it. So I know where it is. So highly recommend, Tanya. Yes. I guess yes, if you guys go there. So I wanted to end off with Bob Uecker and my personal experience with Bob Uecker. Now, contractually as a realtor, when I was working in the industry, licensed in the state, primarily worked southeastern Wisconsin, I did sell to the brewers. And due to contractual agreements, I had to sign agreements stating I can never disclose who I had an outside business relationship with selling real estate with these individuals. But I can talk about Bob Uecker because Bob Uecker was not a client of mine. I didn't know for sure when I was pregnant because in 1989, they really didn't have the parties where you could blow up the balloons, hit the balloons and see red or pink balloons. What's it going to be? The gender reveal, I think is what they call it. So I was thinking, I know everything about raising a girl. I'm a girl. I had sisters. Know all about it. What if I have a boy? I better start learning the boy stuff. So my, at the time, husband and I went down to Lake Michigan. This was the summer of 89. My son was born in October. We went down to Lake Michigan by the east side of Lake Michigan, if you guys are familiar with that side of town. A lot of people go out there. Smelt fishing is a thing in Milwaukee. They go with the big nets and gather the smelt, but the fishing is pretty good. So I wanted to learn how to hook worms, do fishing, just in case I had a boy so that I can familiarize myself with it. Yeah. Hours doing it. I don't want to touch the disgusting worms and whatever bait that my ex-husband was using to get the fish. But we were out there doing it. We weren't out on the boat because at that day I remember being very, very sick, nauseous kind of thing. But I wanted to do it because we already set the time with our business and made our schedules accordingly. So we got the poles out and we're on land fishing, nothing. A boat comes up to us and starts talking to us. A boat party. The guy had those aviator glasses on and he's talking and talking. And I'm thinking to myself, why does he look familiar? But more importantly, he sounds familiar. Like I've heard that voice before. And talking to us for a period of time. And the hook that he used to me was, hey, lady, if you're that hungry, how about if I have you and your husband over to dinner at Pieces of Eight after you're done? Are you successful with your fish catching? Who is this guy? And he says that he's going to go into the area, the dock, to dock his boat. He says, I'll meet you over at the restaurant at Pieces of Eight. When I found out that Bob Uecker had passed away, that memory came flooding right back to me. We went that day, ate dinner with Bob Uecker as he turned his boat around. The back of his boat, because they all named boats, was front row. And my ex-husband said to me, that was Bob Uecker. We're going to have dinner with Bob Uecker today. Now, we've gone to Milwaukee. At the time, it was called Milwaukee County Stadium. It's American Family Stadium now. And we had membership to the exclusive clubs in the stadium and have seen him from afar, never had dinner. The man was witty, lovely, delightful, sense of humor like you wouldn't believe. But to invite a perfect stranger such as myself and my ex-husband to have dinner with him at Pieces of Eight and we didn't have to pay? Shocking. That's my Bob Uecker story. We probably spent, obviously I was pregnant. I didn't have any cocktails. And he ordered Bob Uecker, you'll never guess, Miller Lite. Shocking. If I had the gumption to go, it's freezing cold, down to Milwaukee, I would have dropped a case over there at the memorial that they have at County Stadium. I think it would be a wonderful thing to have Bob Uecker lying in state at the stadium. That's just my opinion. He has so many fans. When he has his funeral, that will shut that city down. Traffic, the I-94 and all the it would just be shut down. It would be a zoo over there. Bob Uecker, fond memories. 90 years old, just passed away this Thursday, I think he had passed away, but lovely man. So that's the end of my news for today. I'm going to go and check out some of my messages here in the chat and see what you guys have to say and respond back to you. Everybody saying hello. Tanya, Maria, of course. Doritos, yes, Doritos. We talked about that. Total addiction. So good. But at the time, I could literally, like I would potato chips, eat an entire Sam's Club, the large family size bag of those things. Not just the little small package. Oh, no. Give me the big bag. And I'd down it watching a TV show. The Biggest Loser. Have you ever watched The Biggest Loser and ate and carried on during the exact show? Raise your hand. Because we sure did. That was a thing. Not anymore. Yes, it's very good. You have to try the sharper, the better cheese. Also, yeah, that's a fact. It's embarrassing but true. So true. I will be on the sidebar. I'll take a off the chat a second. Sidebar is I will be interviewed by Cindy DeManch on her channel next Sunday. I think it's next Sunday. If Cindy was on, she would say something. I'm going to be interviewed on her channel, so stay tuned. Check out Cindy's channel. It's better if she interviews me on a Sunday or a Saturday because I work second shift. And I enjoy listening to the guests that she has. And I'm sure she's going to ask me about my 40-day fast. She wanted pictures from me. So I sent her pictures. The last one that I found, and I don't have all of the pictures because some are hard copy pictures, but I did give her the one where I was 299 pounds. And I told my husband, I said, you got to take a picture because I finally passed the 300 mark. I got into not Wonderland, but Tudorland. Finally got to 299 pounds and took that picture. I found it. I looked like one of the barrels in Milwaukee that they brew beer in with arms. I was huge. And they say wear black. Black makes you look thin. No, no. Big black barrel with arms. Back to the chat. Enough of that. Yeah, get the cheese. The drier the cheese, the better. If you get the cheese, the Parmesan Reggiano, oh, that is so good as a cracker. Excellent. And the sharp cheddar. If you get the regular cheddar, though, that has a tendency to be greasier and you may have to cook it a little bit longer, but I do my own grating of my own cheese. It's just better because it doesn't have that carby, starchy shenanigans on the inside. Yuck, 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 yuck. Maria knows who he is. Yes. Yeah, Bob Euchre. Very, very, very sad. Maria Tanya. Yeah, yes, indeed. Oh, try the bread. You watch the bread video and you grate your own cheese. Absolutely. The bread video is so simple. It's like the Maria Emmerich one. How I started making it was with the half a cup of water, with the half of a cup of the powder, which if you're going to weigh the powder, I think it's 2 ounces because it's egg white powder, it's light. So a half a cup of water is 4 ounces weight. 2 ounces weight of the egg white powder is 2 ounces, half a cup. Half a cup of the sour cream was the accident because normally I'd reach into my refrigerator for the sour cream cheese. No. Did I have? I had it already blended because it was a thing to make those wraps. And I blended my cottage cheese and the Daisy cottage cheese and the sour cream. They looked alike. And I grabbed the sour cream thinking it was the cottage cheese blended. And that's where I came up with this recipe. So the spinoff is the original. Whoever created it, it wasn't me. Water, egg white powder, and cottage cheese blended. That's the original. You could add in salt. I think cottage cheese had enough salt in it, but I'd like to try it maybe next time with a little bit more of the sour cream. I'd also am thinking about adding maybe 2 ounces of shaved frozen butter. That's what I want to do. Maybe next weekend I'll be experimenting. Hey, Rita's here. Half of my cookbooks are Maria Emmerich's. Yeah, I have a lot of Maria Emmerich recipes, and she is wonderful. Talk about generous. She not only does the cookbooks, her and her husband Craig, little fact, they live up in Hudson in Wisconsin. when when she's not in Hawaii at her condo. They have a home up here in Hudson, Wisconsin. Carolyn Ketchum, all day I dream about food. Yeah, she makes excellent recipes. I loved looking at her feed that she has. I gotta talk about this too. Kelly Hogan, did you guys watch her video on Saturday that she did? It's good. I subscribe. I belong as a member to Kelly Hogan's group, and my training is every Monday at 9 a.m. Central Time. So everything that she does for the general public is what she teaches in the class. I belong to her class because I need the extra fellowship belonging to the group. I look at it like back in the day when my mother was obese, or so she thought she was, and then she was pregnant. When she was pregnant with me, Dr. Korducky, her OBGYN in Milwaukee at the time, put her on some weight pills. Speed. That's really what she was on, speed from her gynecologist, OBGYN, pregnant with me. So I think that was the first problem of my life. When I was in high school, I thought I was fat. If I look at the yearbook pictures now, what was I thinking? I may have been a 14 or a 16. That is not fat. That's average weight, I believe, for a girl in high school. I believe it. But I have tried probably 10 times, no joke, to offer the Kelly Hogan program as a trial to people for a month. Give it a try. Tell me what you think. You can glean so much information from what Kelly has to offer. Kelly Hogan is the cheapest, least expensive. Don't use that word cheap. The least expensive training you can get in this industry for this way of eating. I'm carnivore. You may be keto. You may be ketovorish. You may be carnivorish, keto. You may be a vegetarian out here looking at this video. But the most important thing, in my opinion, is the less ingredients, the better. And because I have this package right here, I can look at it. Let's look at the ingredients on this package. It should be only beef gelatin, right? Yeah, beef gelatin. Ingredients. Made in the USA. Gelatin from beef. Here's all the protein. There's the profile. Oops, sorry about that. Sorry about the glare. There's all the information. This is an excellent, excellent brand of beef gelatin. Pasture raised, grass fed, unflavored. I don't bloom my gelatin, by the way. I don't do it. And I do use gelatin for a lot of the recipes that I'll even make for Jack. But it's, in my opinion, better than some of the thickeners out there that I can't pronounce. I can pronounce beef gelatin, but some of the things that are added to cream, no, thank you. Let's see. Rita wrote here, for a while, I wouldn't even eat something if it had more than 5 ingredients. True that. Truth. I will get, because I'm on Instagram and because many of the people that I follow are not keto or are not carnivore, as my friends from Milwaukee County. So I'll follow and I'll see what they're eating. And they send me pictures continually. Jerry, oh, don't you wish you were at Leon's Custard and you could have one of these custards again? No, I have no desire for that. I don't have the desire to sweet taste in my mouth, but I'm not going to lambaste you if you want to eat something that's sweet. This month, especially for me, carnivore month. Remember, I just started eating on the 11th. That's when I broke my fast. So, have I gained weight since then? 3 pounds. Am I worried about it? No, because I'm eating. I'm having food, but I'm having real food. I'm having whole foods. And we also have diabetes in our family. My grandmother, my father's mother, died of diabetes. She lost her leg. My sister had diabetes. My goddaughter, she has diabetes, all type 1. I don't want diabetes type 2 or type 1. Insulin, stay away from me. But if I can watch what I eat and maintain it by doing the 20 or less carbs, well, in carnivore speak, you do way less. The most carbs that I eat is in eggs. Eggs, if I'm looking at a whole food product. If I may eat a canned meat, sometimes they have excess. Sometimes bacon also has excess carbs in there. Who would have imagined a life without the insane sugar craving? Yeah, it's definitely possible. It really is. If I'm ever faced with having a party or a festivity in my house, a birthday, I'm not adverse to making a keto chow. If I absolutely feel like I have to have a shake, I will make a keto chow. If I make a cake, ice cream cake for somebody, I will make a keto chow ice cream and spin it myself. Keep that in the refrigerator if I really have to have it. But right now, I don't have any urges for that. None whatsoever. Keto chow for the win with me. Yeah. What is my favorite flavor of keto chow? Chocolate keto chow mixed with peanut butter, or the chocolate keto chow mixed with the toffee. That's like a Butterfinger. Oh my Lanta. That was my favorite one, mixing it. I would take a serving of each, put it together, and make 2 servings for 2 days. But the key, I believe, to keto chow is making it and putting in the fridge. Let the flavors meld together many hours before in advance. It seemed grittier and it didn't seem as tasty when I make it and then drink it right away. But that's just me. But in ice cream, to make it, putting it in the fridge and then freezing it or processing it that way is ooh la la delicioso. Delicious. Oh, caramel macchiato. Yeah, I used to love that in my hot coffee. I would make it 18 ounces of the hot coffee and a scoop of that. So stinking good. But the coffee that I would make would be super strong. So it would be like a cappuccino with the caramel macchiato. So good. So good. We just use it for a dessert. I like food too much rather than a burger patty. Too much rather have a burger patty or eggs. Yeah, absolutely. I have saved so much money. I want to talk about garbage here. I know I have the other channel. I'll talk about the money aspect, but right here, right now, my garbage has gone from when my son was living with us in Milwaukee, and I'd have a bag of garbage every other day. We'd be putting it in the garbage because of so much processed garbage I used to buy. I look at the sale flyers and we eat off the sale flyers. If mac and cheese was on for 10 boxes for $1, I'd be buying 20 boxes. The cereal boxes, the fruit by the foot, the gushers, all the carbiness, garbage that we would eat. My husband was 360 pounds. For those of you that saw his video that he did a while back, yes, he doesn't eat as much as he used to. He still eats the carbs. That's a battle that I can't win. He'll eat it, but his eating has gone from this much to way down here. maybe he eats OMAD. He's just not hungry. And more importantly, he needs the weight loss because of he's having the Inspire surgery. It's where they put the device in you so that you don't have to breathe with your CPAP. Put the device in you, attach wiring to your jaw. So you're going to have 2 small incisions and you'll be able to breathe while you sleep. And you don't need the, for lack of a better word, respirator, the breathing machine. Psh, psh. He'll turn over in the middle of the night, hits me with the breathing air. That won't be an issue anymore. More importantly, it'll keep him breathing during the night. Let's read a wrote here. Love you saying that it's a big misconception that we spend more. That's not true. You're absolutely right, Rita. We don't spend more money on meat, and we're not eating. I don't eat a pound of meat at every meal. This morning I had 3 servings of the breakfast sausages from Costco and 4 pasture raised eggs, tablespoon of butter. That was good. I'm still good, and it's almost 5 o'clock Central Standard Time right now. I'm quite satisfied. No junk. Hey, Debbie. I'm glad that you had sent me the message. Girl, I'm thinking of you. Debbie, I'm thinking of you big time. And I'm glad that you checked out that video. Thank you very much. Tanya says here, my daughter's weight has gone down since switching to a ketovore diet, and she started over 300 pounds. Whoop, whoop. She says she feels so much better already, and it's only been 2 months. Praise God. It's a beautiful thing. Eating what's good for our body. I chose, after fasting, not to have any milk, any dairy products, cheese, etc. I do have eggs. I don't consider eggs dairy or butter. That's just me. I'll eat the ghee, but I do have the butter. I don't consider it dairy, even though it has milk whey in it to make butter. I get it, but I don't like that gurgly feeling it comes with my throat because I'm not having the cheese. If I would use cheese before I started the fast, I'd use it as a basic condiment, but to eat ice cream anymore, oh, listen, there's a Dairy Queen that I pass twice a day, going to work and going from the tanning bed to get onto the freeway. Dairy Queen. You guys have it all over. It's a thing. It's a thing in the US. Dairy Queen is not ice cream. There is a litany, a laundry list of ingredients in Dairy Queen soft serve that, if I think about it, just makes me want to hurl. Not interested in it. That used to leave me with a gaggly, gurgly type of feeling. Don't miss it. Even though Culver's custard is a thing up here too, they still have the ingredients to make their ice cream in-house, shelf stable. So it's stable if you keep it in your refrigerator. Same with the processed ice cream chains that are out there. They have to have it shelf stable to be kept in the refrigerator long. I would rather take a keto chow that I know has all the vitamins and minerals. When I give it to people and people say, how can you pronounce all this stuff on a keto chow container? It's vitamins and minerals. Keto chow does not hide anything. Their founders are right on target. They hide nothing. They have to give the proper names and terms of the vitamins. They just can't write vitamin B12, vitamin D3, no, they give the proper names. That's their list of ingredients. It's your choice as a consumer if you want to put whatever fat you want to put in, be it heavy whipping cream, butter, MCT oil, ghee. I've even heard of people putting beef tallow into I shouldn't say that. I did it one time. Their chocolate core, which is a beef-based keto chow. If you take melted beef tallow and put that in there, leave it in the refrigerator, it tastes like a frosting to me. It's delicious. And that's with beef tallow. The fat from a cow. Oh, so good, so natural, and it doesn't clog up your system. So delicious. I see the chat's moving, so I'm gonna check out some of the comments here. Oh, Rita, you're in Georgia. Excellent. I did not know that. I know it sounds like you had a little bit of an accent, but I didn't know it was Georgia. And I do love Rita's channel right now. Some of the videos she's putting out. Excellent. You go, girl. Keep it up. So, Tanya, the daughters, we have daughters too. One of our daughters takes the GLP. So she lost a considerable amount of weight, but in my opinion, she wasn't fat. So she takes the shot. Another of our daughters, she is tall like me. She's probably 6 feet tall. She's the one that sends me some pictures of the food that she's eating too. And I had tried getting keto chow to them, giving it. And I know one of the daughter's cousins, she said that her doctor said she can't take keto chow. I guess he read the ingredients and said she can't have it, whatever. So we just move on. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. One thing, when I come to the kids' house in Kenosha, I make them real food. I make them real whole food. So, for example, if they want spaghetti or spaghetti sauce, I may not eat it, but I'm not adverse to not making them whole tomatoes and turning it into a simmered, slow simmered sauce for them to have a whole ingredient and not just open up a jar of ragu that's got the suspect sketchy oils, if you know what I mean. I agree. Anything more than 5 ingredients, no, not so much, except keto chow. Those are the vitamins and the minerals. And I'm not saying that that's an ingredient because it's a vitamin and it's a mineral. It's just the vernacular is the proper name for it. Love you too, Debbie. Debbie saying hello to everybody. Yeah, we are so happy, Tanya, that your daughter is feeling the effects of a proper human diet. That's excellent. Totally happy for her. She says, I'm her backbone to keep her going. Oh, my heart. Those words, I wish I could hear that from our daughters. So good. Way better than a Flintstone vitamin. That's a fact, Rita, if I ever heard it. If you see me glancing over to this side, it's because I have the rally going on right now. So I'm just paying quick glance here and there. Yes, Debbie, I knew you were in Kentucky. I knew that. And I still have your box. It's going up. It's going up. It's going out for Jerry. Tell Jerry it's coming, Jer Bear. Let's see. Oh, Debbie, spell check. I hate spell check. I had to go in one of my videos earlier because I spelled, I think, vlog wrong. It's spell check in error, and I had to respell that. That's like even my name, Jerry. If I do the voice texting, it spells out like Jerry's husband or Debbie's husband, Jerry. That's just how it is. It doesn't spell out Geri, my name. My name was invented. My mother invented it out of 2 names, Gerard and Ann. Ann. Put it together because we were Catholic. My mother Catholic, doing the Saint Gerard and Saint Anne as the patron saints of mothers for help. So my mom said after not having children for 10 years, she needed all the help she could get. So that's why she named me after two saints. She said, my mother said, she never swore until she had me. Just saying. I'm I, I'm sassy. I'm a sassy girl. You're watching the rally too. Yeah, it's very exciting. I I'm very happy. I was thinking about calling in sick to work, but because this is live and because this is part of the YouTube World Wide Web universe, I'm going into work tomorrow. Just so you know, bosses, I'm coming to work. Does anybody want to discuss anything? Right now, I am at 51 minutes of talking, and I will look to you guys if you want to ask me anything or any hot topics you want to talk about. Jerry said, "Thank you." He cracked up when he heard me say Jer Bear. People call me that at work too. Jer Bear. Jer. That's me. My mom was so upset that I went by the nickname of Jerry because I took the initial from the start of my name that she gave me. She's like, "Why didn't you call yourself Ann as a nickname?" I never thought of that. Would have been easier, right? But Jerry just stuck in high school. I wasn't fond of my name, but I guess there's football players. That's the last I heard of my name. And if you see it on the TV, it'll talk about, I don't know, Juran, I think is the pronunciation of the football player. It's spelled like my name, except with two R's in it or a J. It starts with a J, but it sounds like my name. Yeah, same thing for Jerry, too. Yes, yes. Well, if you guys have no other topics to discuss or questions, I think we'll leave it at this right now. Again, I was waiting for the people that I invited to chime in. Now, a lot of my friends are not very savvy. I know the oldest daughter, she doesn't know how to work the YouTube, so she probably doesn't know how to add chat in there. But I was looking for them. Debbie, your name is Deborah, yes, but always went by Debbie. I never liked Deborah. Why do we not like the proper names of our names? Go figure, right? That's like I asked my husband, whose real name is Jack, Jack. I asked him when we first met, "Is that your real name or is it John?" People say, or he says, people say that to me all the time, like our last name. Our last name is Griggs. It's pronounced by many people as Briggs with a B, Riggs with an R, or whatever they feel like reading. But sometimes they just can't see the G. And I'll tell people I have more G's in my name than I do in my checkbook. Just saying. That's why I have the challenge on my 1, 2, 3, 4 Let's Go channel. Just saying. The only name that they could agree on. Mom said, "Blame my dad." I like that name. I do. I like it. I like it a lot. The spelling of my name, Tanya says, came from some sort of book my mother had. Interesting. Debbie says her deceased sister's name is Jackie, spelled with an I, no E. I've seen that before. Yeah, or there's an actress, Jacque. Jack I think they pronounce it. Maybe she's a comedian, but I've seen it with a Q in there. Yeah, it's something that my mother that died of cancer, and she lived 11 years beyond what the calendar said she was supposed to be living, was probably due to her will. I think she wanted to see those of us that weren't married get married before she passed away. She wanted to see my sister graduate from high school and then subsequently get married. My son was born, and I remember staying by my mother's house when my son was born and caring for her and with my child at the time. And she would bathe him, but because I was no longer Roman Catholic, back in the day, it used to be a thing. When you got married, my mother was born my dad was born in 1919 and my mother was born in 1921. And when you got married, you had to tell the Catholic Church, yes, I will raise my children in the Catholic faith. And you must be married in the Catholic Church and paying for indulgences and what have you. The Catholic Church, in my opinion, messed with my head. It really did. I personally choose no longer to pray on the beads, the rosary. I don't pray to statues. I go right to God. But the Catholic Church instilled in my mother the value of baptism for children. So she baptized my child in, let's call it what it was, a bathtub, because my son was very small when he was born. He was 6 pounds, 9 ounces. So when she gave him a bath, unbeknownst to me, when I was sleeping, she said she baptized him. In our house, we had a holy water receptacle by the door. We'd come into our house, do the holy water, do the sign of the cross, coming in and going out all the time. Now, am I going to poo-poo the Catholic faith for everybody? No, because the Catholic Church gave me a lot of my structure and a lot of the values. So my mother, I know, was believing she had to be blessed by the priest before she died. She had in her mind so many sins that needed the priest to continually affirm to her that it was okay for her to go to heaven. She'd have to pay the priest every time to give her last rites because she believed she needed it to go into heaven, because that's what the Catholic Church instilled in her. But the Catholic Church gave me the values. I chose to send my child to private education under the Lutheran Church. Now we go to an excellent non-denominational church in Eau Claire County. Let's see. Jackie Lynn instead of Jacqueline. Oh, look at that. See? 2 different names here. That's wonderful. She had you during that time. Absolutely. I believe that my mother instilled that in me, because when my grandmother was dying, she came to live with us too. You just took care of your own. You just didn't throw them into a nursing home or say, you know what, I can't deal with you. Let somebody else take care of you. No. Don't. Moving on. Yeah. Yeah, the nursing homes are a sad, sad place. Yeah, Rita, I don't believe in it. Absolutely. Thanks, Maria. Thank you. Those of you that attended today, I had a wonderful time. We're at the door of exactly 1 hour of chatting today. Thank you so much. I appreciate the time that we spent together. Rita saying, and now I see in the Word, we are supposed to take care of our family, especially our parents. Absolutely. The Bible God is very sound on that. It's cool, Debbie. I love having you. I love seeing you. And I love being friends with all of y'all. Here, now, live, checking out your channels, checking out your posts on Instagram. I know on here, Mia's Girls, Maria, if you guys aren't friends with her on Instagram, do it. Maria has got wonderful posts every day, biblically sound. Occasionally she'll have a funny one in there, which kind of trips me up, but it's very good. Maria, I love your Instagram page and your feed. Excellent. I've been watching the rally too. Thank you. Thank you guys for attending. I appreciate it. Have a lovely rest of your weekend. Now we're going to tune into the rally and have a wonderful celebratory day tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Cheers, y'all. Thank you.